Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us on our epic 8-day road trip vlog from Dieppe, New Brunswick to the ECIC motorcycle event of 2025. This motorcycle rally is in Saint-Victor-de-Beau, Quebec. Now again, I hope I'm pronouncing some of these right, so I apologize if my pronunciation is wrong. Monique and I will be driving a Polaris Slingshot alongside a pack of about 10 other Indian motorcycle riders, taking the scenic long way to the event. We will be showcasing each day of the journey. The breathtaking coastal vistas, ferry crossings, mountain roads, torrential rains, and all. With some tips and insights for anyone planning a similar adventure, whether it's on a motorcycle, in a car, or a slingshot. Get ready for winding roads, stunning sights, practical preparation advice, and a taste of life on the open road. Day 1. Our adventure begins as we skip the official Day 1 meetup in Caracat, New Brunswick, and instead join the group on their Day 2 ride. We rendezvous at a breakfast stop in Bathurst, New Brunswick, where about a dozen Indian motorcycles and one Polaris Slingshot draw curious looks. After fueling up on coffee and anticipation, we hit the road under gray skies. Little did we know that this would turn into one of the wettest rides of our lives. We head north along the coast. The route takes us past Campbellton, New Brunswick, and over the bridge into Quebec. A crossing marked by the scenic Restigouche River, a giant salmon statue that we sadly only glimpsed through rain-streaked visors. Almost immediately, the heavens open up. We ride for 6 hours through relentless rain, following Highway 132 along the south coast of the Gaspe Peninsula. What should have been a gorgeous coastal ride becomes a test of endurance. Rain pummels us from all sides. In the open slingshot cockpit, we're getting absolutely soaked despite having our gear. Here's a quick pro tip. Always carry full rain suits and waterproof luggage. You never know when you'll face rain on a bike trip. Our dry bags and rain gear were lifesavers. Though a glove dryer back at the hotel would have definitely been nice, we press on, spirits altering between laughter and the absurdity and frustration of the storm. As we approach Percé, Quebec, the rain finally starts to ease. Dripping wet and exhausted, we roll into the village of Percé, our stop for the night. We check in at the Hotel Le Normandie, a cozy oceanside inn that graciously tolerates our trail of puddles as we lug in our helmets and duffel bags. Hanging up our wet clothes, we finally get a chance to breathe. Despite the day's misery, stepping outside, we're greeted by a sight that makes it all worth it. The legendary Percé Rock, looming just off the coast. But in the evening gloom, we could barely see it. But early the next morning, we catch a glimpse of Percé Rock as the sun peeks through clouds. This massive cliff island juts straight out of the Gulf of the St. Lawrence, and it's truly a sight to behold. At low tide, you can even walk across the seabed to get up close to this monolith. The rock's enormity, which is hundreds of millions of tons of limestone, and the picturesque village shoreline makes Percé a highlight despite the weather. We only wish we'd had clear skies on arrival. But even shrouded in mist, Percé's scenery took our breath away. After a hearty breakfast, some drying out, and optimistic checks of the forecast, we gear up for the next leg, hopefully for a drier ride ahead.
Okay, so I totally feel like $1,000,000 sort of right now. I was soaking wet. We all put in cold and freezing. It just never lit up. We are at the Hotel Le Normandie. Mall changed into dry clothes, but I was wet everywhere. Every layer of just all of it wet. So wet. But our room is right there. So that's kind of nice. We can go in there for a second. There's Monique. Yeah, but not a lot of food options here, which is weird.
How did you know?
What's that one?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
How did you know?
Because the door was partially open and I came out that way.
Oh.
So, anyways, the room is good. We have clothes with the heat cranked right up. And but then, oh, you locked the deadbolt?
I did.
Oh, okay. She's off to unlock the door for me. But yeah, it only got up to like, it sat around like 11, 12 degrees the whole time, and like just consistent rain. It just never let up until we kind of got here. So anyways, we're here. The per se rock is like right behind here, so I'm gonna hopefully go take a look at it tomorrow in the morning, because right now it's a little foggy. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go try to find something to eat. Oh, look who it is. It's Monique. Yep. All right, we're gonna go in where it's warm. All right, so the morning is here. It's definitely a much nicer today. It's kind of sunny. Yep. Still a little bit of clouds, but no complaints so far. It's actually a lovely temperature, and we're going to be going around the Gaspe Peninsula. Probably lots of stops today. I did have the opportunity, of course, to get the drone out to shoot some of the per se rock, so very cool. And we're just all getting packed up. As you can see, everybody's back there getting all ready, and we should be off right away. Hopefully today's much nicer. We shall see, I guess. All right, the journey continues.
Well, day 2 greets us with much improved weather. To everyone's relief, leaving per se, we continue our loop around the Gaspe Peninsula on Route 132. Almost immediately, we understand why this route is famed among riders. Twisties and views galore. The road hugs dramatic seaside cliffs and winds through quaint fishing villages. We pass through Frilin National Park near Gaspe Town, where forest meets the sea. The air carries that fresh water smell, inviting us to savor each curve of pavement. We take advantage of the nicer day with a few well-timed photo stops. One must-see viewpoint is at Mont Saint-Pierre, a small village surrounded by mountains. A steep side road leads up to a famous hang glider launch platform. With sunshine on our faces and dry roads, the slingshot and the Indian bikes carve through sweepers and switchbacks happily. The Gaspe landscape alternates between rugged cliffs, dropping on our left, to the sea on the right. Every turn seems to reveal a new postcard scene. We stop in on one of the coastal villages for lunch. This region definitely loves riders. The tourism board even promotes Gaspe as a top motorcycle touring destination, thanks to its mix of sea views and smooth curves. With the previous day's ordeal behind us, we're now fully enjoying the ride. We take plenty of photos from the slingshot, capturing colorful fishing boats and tiny harbors and our fellow riders cruising against the blue horizon. By late afternoon, we reached Matane, Quebec, a port town on the north shore of the Gaspe Peninsula. According to our plan, we'll be staying here overnight before catching the morning ferry. We roll into the Quality Inn and Suites Matane, our hotel by the waterfront, and park amid a jungle of gleaming bikes. After 2 days of riding, it feels great to peel off the gear and relax. Some of the group wander off for dinner, while I sit and double check our ferry reservation for tomorrow. That night, we sleep soundly with the gentle sound of the St. Lawrence River waves outside. But yes, a little bit of rain. Tomorrow, though, a new adventure awaits across that great river.
Okay, so end of the day, we're here. As you can see, maybe you can see, slingshot, right? That's our room. You get to park right in front of your room, which is fantastic. And you can see Dave and Bobby are here, right in front of us, which is cool. I should go over and say hi, just to make sure, just to see what's going on. Hey, stop! Your bike's still on, Bobby. Just so you know. Should I just hit the button?
Button, yes. You hit the button.
The button?
There's a button.
There's a button. There's Dave.
Hello, whoever that is on the other end of this.
The other end of
It's me,
internet
Dave.
world.
I'm here having a special moment with my friend Greg Toope and the Troop.
Greg Toope's Troop. Anyways, it's very nice to be able to unpack directly into your room. have to say. And the room is lovely. Look who's our neighbors.
Ah, cool. I was gonna say, look, they even leave you a towel to wipe your bike.
They give you a bike wiping towel.
Some instructions on it from your room that said you were to clean all of the bikes.
Just with that one towel?
The one
So
towel.
your bike will be last, Dave, just so you know, after it's just a mud towel.
But that's awesome.
That is super nice.
Wow.
So look, this is the room. Look, what a lovely room. Come on now. A little area there, 2 nice beds. This is the Quality Inn and Matan?
Quality in Matan.
Matan. Some coffee, little TV, little table sitting area. My stuff's still drying. Hang up there. Little bathroom. Oh yeah, outside there's little chairs. You see the cool little chair? Somebody else is coming. More bikes coming. Oh, this is where all they put the cool kids. Right? There's Steve. That's Steve. And there's Joel. Little Jolie right there. And they even give you a little towel to clean your bike in the morning.
What?
There's a little towel in the room for cleaning your bike.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unlike the last place.
The last place was going to charge you for everything.
Yeah, they're like crazy about the weather.
I know.
I wonder what happened with that.
I know. Yeah. Anyways, win. Very happy with this place. Anyway, it comes with a free breakfast, which is cool. And tomorrow we're going to hop a ferry to
You can see that.
somewhere else. Como, something like that. Should be fun. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Well, it's morning. And all the bikes are coming, getting ready. It's not raining. It's supposed to be like 23 degrees today. And it's foggy. It's definitely foggy. But we are like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes from the ferry. So we have to leave to get on the ferry. Supposed to be there 45 minutes early. It is close to 7 right now. And, oh yeah, ferry's 3 minutes away. So we should be there in no time. We'll line up, get on the ferry, and we'll be ready. So we'll see you on the ferry.
Well, it's day 3. Yeah, and day 3 kicks off bright and early. We actually pack up and start our day by heading to the Matan Ferry Terminal for our 8 a.m. departure. So the ferry from Matan actually crosses the St. Lawrence and takes about 2 hours, which is a perfect chance to relax and recharge. Rolling the slingshot onto the ferry alongside all the bikes is a pretty cool sight. Our convoy neatly lined up in the ship's hold. We peel off our jackets and head to the deck. The crossing is smooth, with fresh morning air, a lot of fog, a fair bit of wind, but the views from the boat, even though covered in fog again, still pretty exciting. So we peel off our jackets and head to the deck. The crossing is pretty smooth, with nice, crisp, fresh morning air. Some of the riders, of course, grab coffee, others nap in the lounge. Monique and I spend some time looking out over the horizon for some marine life and, of course, touring the actual ferry. This region is famous for whales, sadly enough, because of the lack of our ability to really see anything due to the fog. We weren't really rewarded with any kind of marine life. There is some local lore that says you can spot beluga whales right from the ferry if you are lucky, but I guess we're not lucky. By 10 a.m. we land at Godbout, hopefully again I'm pronouncing that right, Quebec, on the north shore. Back on solid ground, we regroup for the day's mission. A ride to the legendary Manic 5 Dam, which is officially the Daniel Johnson Dam, and then to our night stop in Bay Como. A few of the riders, of course, are going to be stopping and or staying at our hotel before a smaller group of us actually heads up to the dam. The weather is pretty clear, though a bit cool on the north shore. We blast west on Route 138 to Bay Como, then turn north onto the remote Route 389 which takes us into the wilderness. This road is an absolute twisty paradise. It snakes through boreal forests and over rolling hills with virtually zero traffic. We ride in smaller packs now, throttling up on the straight sections and then dancing through the curves. After about an hour or so, we actually reach a supposed gas station, because leaving the Baie-Comeau area, you are greeted with signs that say it's about 210 kilometers to the next gas station. But based on Google Maps, there was a gas station that was halfway. Even though we stopped at this gas station, we realized that it was closed. Not just closed, but out of business closed. It's not there. So you need to be able to make sure that you have enough gas to get all the way there. And there is a gas station at the dam. Just realized, I believe it only sells regular, so you aren't able to get premium fuel at this stop.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me at all. I'm in the wind trying to get shelter, but that road's pretty awesome. I think it's just going to get better. Anyways, this is the midpoint gas station, and it's closed. So, not 100% sure. They say there's a gas station right before the dam. So we have to see. There's some bikes that's pushing it for distance. So we don't know if they're going to make it or what, because it's like, you want to make it all the way there. How do you get back? So they have to kind of consider that right now. Anyways, I'm not sure what's going on, but so far the roads are fantastic. The weather's great, 25 degrees, sunny, and awesome.
So after that gas station stop, which ended up not being a gas station, another hour and change, we reached the lookout where this colossal wall of concrete dominates the horizon, which is the Manic 5 Dam, or again, the Daniel Johnson Dam, which is the world's tallest multiple arch buttress dam, coming in at 214 meters high. Visiting Manic 5 is something every rider in our group was excited for, and it definitely didn't disappoint. The dam is massive, at again 214 meters or 703 feet tall and 1.3 kilometers long. This is the largest of its kind on the planet. As we stand at the base looking up, we feel absolutely dwarfed by this mountain of concrete. The engineering marvel took 11 years to build and is an icon of Quebec's hydroelectric prowess. The site offers tours in summer, but we mostly came for the ride and the view. After snapping group photos with the dam in the background, a few of us decide to stop for dinner, where I actually decided to make my way back to the hotel. So again, if you tackle Route 389, fuel up in Baie-Comeau just to be prepared. Services are sparse on this remote road. We make sure to top off our tanks, and a lot of people would probably do well to carry spare fuel just in case. The afternoon ride back down from the Manic 5 towards the coast is just as thrilling in reverse. Again, I do this on my own just to make sure that I got back to Baie-Comeau before dark. Our stay, of course, in Baie-Comeau is the Hotel Le Manoir Baie-Comeau. The elegant hotel sits by the St. Lawrence, and I'll be completely honest, for a high-end hotel or a higher-end hotel, not surprisingly welcoming to motorcycles. I don't know if we're just not the clientele, but the parking lot was across the street, which was fine. But they literally have signs underneath the drop-off area that says no motorcycles. So it is what it is. Anyways, we have dinner, and for those of us that made it up to Manic 5, we really talk about how pretty impressive it is. The combination today of an amazing road, nearly 400 kilometers round trip of curves, and the sight of the dam made this day a big highlight. The slingshot handled the twist like a champ, low to the ground and nimble, though we had to mine potholes on some of the rough patches. That evening, we curl up, get ready for a nice early night, and pack up for another day. Day 4 is a transition day as we move from the North Shore into central Quebec. We've got a relatively easy ride planned, coming in around 5 hours, which is welcome after some long days. The morning starts with a short hop along Route 138 from Baie-Comeau to Toope, where the mighty Saguenay, again, apologize for my pronunciation, river meets the St. Lawrence. On the south side of the Saguenay, we bid the St. Lawrence goodbye and head inland. The route we take avoids Quebec City traffic by cutting west through the wilderness and then south. A path that brings us around the Lac Saint Jean region. We ride along Route 172 and 170 through the Saguenay Lac Saint Jean forest. A pleasant change of scenery with sweeping roads flanked by evergreens. By midday, we reach the shores of Lac Saint Jean, a massive freshwater lake often called an inland sea of Quebec. The air here feels warmer and the landscape opens up into farmland and quaint towns. It's a great place to slow down a bit and soak in some local culture. We cruise through some local villages, eventually arriving at Chambord, Quebec, on the south side of the lake. Our accommodation tonight is quite special, the Chalet and Spa Lac Saint Jean. It's a set of chalets right by the lake, complete with a spa, even though none of us really had time for the spa. After check-in, many of us take advantage of our arrival to just unwind. Monique and I opt for a short walk around the area and then into town for a quick ice cream. That evening, you could tell that there was a bit of exhaustion as most of us stayed in our rooms and just, again, tried to get some rest for the following days. But the mood is cheerful. We made it through some rain and long miles, and tomorrow we reach the big event we've been waiting for. Before turning in, I give the slingshot a quick once over. Again, making sure to check tire pressure, oil, etc. It's important to maintain your machine on a long tour. Day 5 dawns actually pretty clear and bright. Perfect for our final leg to the rally. So we set out from Lac Saint Jean after breakfast, riding southward. The route chosen snakes through the Maurice and Beauce regions of Quebec, avoiding the big cities. Okay, so we have a stop at the Rossi, so we could pick up some warmer clothes because it's a little chilly this morning. Left it was 9 degrees. It's like 11 degrees now, Celsius. So, Monique's all bundled up. As you can see, she's got her plaid jacket on and whatever this is. So, you should be good. I'm not sure if the guys have passed us yet or have yet to come. Don't know. Anyways, we know where the next meeting point is. So we're going to head off and meet them. One particularly beautiful stretch is Route 155 along the St. Maurice River, a road often praised as one of Quebec's most scenic rides. As we cruise this highway, we're treated to sweeping river views, rock cliffs, and endless forests. The pavement is smooth and the traffic light, so we can savor the curves. Our formation stretches out and it hits me how awesome it is to be part of a big pack of bikes. And of course, one 3-wheeler. So we went through a spot. We're stopped for lunch, but we went through a spot. They're looking for somebody. Look, somebody. First, I thought maybe it was Monique, but I think she fooled them with her new jacket. They were just like, "That can't be her. Just go away." But similar enough that this. I wanted the second look, I think. Right?
Right.
Yeah. By early afternoon, we roll into the small town of St. Victor, tucked in rolling hills and farmland. St. Victor is hosting the ECIC this year, which is the Eastern Canadian Indian celebration, which is a gathering of Indian motorcycle enthusiasts from all over. Okay, so we stopped at Lara, that's the name of the restaurant, and very nice. Waitress was actually gluten-free herself. Yes. Yeah, so she was able to actually help and give me a good, nice little lunch.
So very good. So if you're traveling in this area, and we are in
Awanigan.
Schwanigan, and yeah, very very tasty. And the staff was very nice. She was lovely.
The event's official hotel is the Hotel Historic Route 66 Manor. This will be our home for the next few days. We pull into the parking lot and are greeted by dozens more bikes, banners, and friendly volunteers directing traffic. We're delighted by the hotel's unique vibe. It's a Route 66 themed hotel. This place is truly a motorcycle's paradise. Not only is the decor bike friendly, but they have tons of memorabilia to check out. The hotel itself has an interesting history, and you can tell the owners really love the motorcycling culture. We learned that the original building, Le Manoir, is a restored historic structure, now decked out in Route 66 glory. It's pretty amazing that they brought a slice of Americana to rural Quebec. After 5 days on the road, we're thrilled to unpack and stay put for a while. No strapping luggage down or checking out tomorrow. A welcome break. In our room, we hang up our rain-soaked gear from earlier on the trip, finally able to let everything fully dry out.
All right, well, we have finally made it here to the Route 66 hotel, and it's actually pretty cool. We actually got ourselves a suite, so it's a nice big room. Lots of space in it, which is fantastic. You can see as I walk, like it's a really good size. You know, I'm in the bathroom right now because you need a bathroom. Anyways, the whole hotel is kind of done up with like motorcycle and muscle car kind of memorabilia and stuff like that, as you can see by the thing on the wall here. But this was an old, what do they call it? An old,
Monastery?
yeah, it's like where the the nuns used to live. Convent, that's it. So it's been all converted into a hotel. So yeah, it's very cool. So this is a different view you guys can see here. That's our room. So very, very nice. Pleased with it. A lot of bikes outside. We will end up going out there right away. But there's our view. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, so we have to go move the slingshot into our parking, and we're gonna go mingle. Yep. Well, it's day 6 of our journey, and this is actually day 1 of the actual ECIC event. It's kind of nice to finally be staying in one spot. We spend the day kind of mingling with some of the other riders, attending some of the little activities, and definitely exploring some of the area. On the Friday, it's a lovely day. Monique actually stays back at the hotel today to catch up on some rest as I venture out to join in a large group ride. All right, so we're going. You'll notice Monique is not here.
I'm Waylon.
There's Waylon. Waylon is here. Monique's staying at the hotel today. We're going with the group, and I'm gonna try not to scare Waylon and let him sleep. Maybe. We'll see. If he falls asleep, I'm gonna try to throw him at the car. All right, ride starting right away. So we will be taking a little scenic loop over some rolling country roads and through small towns. It definitely feels great to be able to ride without all of the luggage. And the slingshot definitely just zips around the farmland curves with ease. We end up stopping at a little motorcycle garage where we again, take a look at bikes, see if there's any souvenirs, and take some photos. Now, this is where one of the negatives, I think, of this ECIC this year kind of comes into place. And it's definitely not going to be something for everybody, but I would hope that event organizers in the future for this event kind of take this concern, I guess, to heart. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyways, they do this ride. It follows through
But I end up separating again from the group and heading back to the hotel to just be able to spend some time, get some shots of the area, get the drone out, etc., because that's kind of what I do.
Little gas, little break before we get there. We have 13 minutes. You know, time to get a pop or something to take back to the room.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for joining me on that adventure.
Yeah, no, thank you for taking me.
Day 7, though, which was the Saturday, brings pouring rain. Yep, more rain. It seems our trip has come full circle from the deluge that we had on day 1 to another soaker on the basically final day of the event. The activities that were planned for today were largely canceled, even though a small group did head out in the afternoon for a ride. And with the hotel's location not far from town, but really far from any other kind of activities, there isn't much to do here on a rainy day. All right, so it's been kind of yucky today, so we just did a little venture out to the corner store. Here we are, to get ice cream because they have some at the store, and it's not raining right now, so it seemed like a good time to drive up the street and
For the record, mine is better.
well, that's because he wouldn't make one for me. It's not there. It's not there. So many of us spend the day just lounging in the hotel's common areas, watching the rain accumulate on the motorcycles outside. Monique and I watched a whole bunch of TV shows on our iPad. We end up sharing stories again from some of the new people that we've talked to and just some of the people that were on the ride with us out to the event. The Hotel Route 66 itself, thankfully, is definitely an interesting place to explore. So you can definitely spend a fair bit of time wandering around, taking a look at all the little knickknacks and things on the wall. Plus they have a pretty cool little souvenir shop. By Saturday night, the rain has let up enough for the closing banquet to proceed. Not that rain would have stopped it in the first place. There are some prizes given out, and the banquet in itself went off without a hitch. Both Monique and I did win a little prize, which, hey, kind of nice, little bonus. So that night after the banquet, we actually leave the banquet fairly early, as we knew we wanted to leave early in the morning, as we had a long day of riding ahead of us, as we wanted to make our way all the way back to the Dieppe area. So I would have to say, despite a few hiccups, the ECIC event was enjoyable. Of course, the best part of the event is the camaraderie of the other riders. So there's definitely something special about being able to be together with other motorcycle enthusiasts. And, if the weather would have been a little nicer, it may have been even a little bit better. So here's my one, I want to say, little bit of a complaint, is that events like this, which is all about the celebration of the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the camaraderie of the riders, needs to really be inclusive for everybody. And for someone like myself that does have food allergies, which I made known back in January of the year to the event organizers, it really was a nightmare. Truly a nightmare to try to get any food during this event. The only meal that I could have with the other riders really was breakfast, because I can eat eggs and meat, that's pretty good, but every other meal was not friendly for someone who has celiac disease like I do. So both Monique and I, pretty much for every meal, had to go off on our own to be able to find food. Again, one of the issues, of course, is the event was in an area that was fairly secluded, so food options just weren't high in the first place. And the hotel itself was not accommodating at all. We asked for all kinds of meal options to see if we could actually combine to make something that I could eat, and none of the kitchen staff was willing at all to help out. Even for the banquet dinner, the options were chicken with pasta. The chicken was fine. I could eat chicken, but I couldn't eat the pasta. And then the other option was beef Wellington. So of course I can't have that because it's steak wrapped in basically a pastry, and that came with Caesar salad. So I simply asked if I could have the chicken with the Caesar salad and just make sure the croutons weren't in it. And the simple answer was no. No, like it just didn't make any sense how unwilling they were to be able to help me with my food allergies. So for future ECICs or any other event, this may be something that you want to make sure that you get solidified with wherever you're eating, so that everybody gets a chance to enjoy the actual event. Anyways, day 8 came, and this was our final leg, and we decided to take the route down through Quebec into Maine and then back into New Brunswick. So we woke up around sunrise, loaded the slingshot, and headed out first thing. All right, so we are on our way back. ECIC 2025 is done. We have it all packed up. Monique's there there she is. There's Monique. And we're trying to get stay out of the rain, so we are going to go back through Maine just because it's shorter, and looking at the radar map, it shows less chance of getting any rain on the way. The hotel, lovely, probably for a night. I'd say probably for a night, just because of its location. There's just not much to do here, so unless you want to just stay and do nothing, then it's great. But after a day, you kind of are like, what's there to do? So we ended up taking the shuttle, and really the only other restaurant that's here is owned by the same place in town, so you have to take a shuttle there. Food there was good though.
Food is delicious.
Food there is really good. We had issues with hot water here again, and not very accommodating for those of us that are celiac or gluten free. So just kind of be aware of that as well. But yeah, next year's already planned. Hopefully we can make it, but a little bit left in the video as we go through Maine, getting home. Morning. Morning air is crisp and filled with low fog over the fields. We ended up pointing ourselves to the US border, which was surprisingly close. I really had no idea how close we were to the US border. And soon enough, we're cruising south on the US Route 201, which is a beautiful highway winding along the river and through the North Maine woods. Sunday traffic is light, and the Slingshot's open cockpit lets us bask in the lovely scent of the pine-filled woods. All right, so we just stopped here. We're in, this is Bishop's Store of Jackman, Maine, right here. Bishop, wicked selection of grab-and-go food. It's the first little town you cross into when you actually come into Maine from the border crossing we did. After this, I think he said it's like another 40 minutes to another town. Lots of fuel, but we're gonna get a coffee, have a little break, and on our way again. And my bum's a little wet because my seat didn't dry, so it's all in there. Yep. We do make great time. The main route not only cuts some time off the journey, but it also offers its own kind of tranquility. Long stretches of forested road with hardly any towns, and by midday we are intersecting the I-95 and continue eastward, re-entering Canada at Woodstock, New Brunswick. We're now on familiar highway, counting down the kilometers to home. The weather has been kind for most of the day, partly sunny and mild. We almost think we're going to finish the trip dry, but in classic fashion, nature has one more surprise. At about 90 minutes from home, dark clouds gather again, and before we can zip our vents closed, a pretty good torrential downpour engulfs us. We kind of at this time just look at each other and there's just really nothing we can do except for laugh. It's like the trip wouldn't have been complete without a final soaking. the rain pelts us as we head down the last stretch of the highway. Thankfully, it eases to a drizzle as we pull into our driveway in Dieppe. 8 days and roughly 2,500 kilometers after we set off. Tired, wet, but exhilarated. We'll be sharing this incredible journey for years. After unpacking, we reflect on the adventure. We experience the full gamut of the road trip life, from insane weather and some mechanical challenges to stunning scenery and new friendships. The slingshot proved itself again. Yes, you can road trip in one of these. You just have to realize how to pack. Riding with a large group added a fantastic social element, yet we also enjoyed the moments when it was just the two of us. If you're considering a similar trip, we wholeheartedly encourage it. Below, in the actual description, we've compiled some key highlights and tips to help you plan your own touring adventure. And that's it for me for this adventure. We will see you again. More adventures to come. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. Get out there, enjoy life, and we will see you guys next video. Later.